Mark Palmer is a distinguished scientist in the Core Technologies Group within Corporate Strategic Scientific Operations at MedtronicPLC. There, he leads a team of advanced modelling and simulation consultants, manages external collaborations, and leads the strategy and platform technologies for realistic human simulation. He's active on various ASME advisory boards and is part of the NAFEMS Business Impact Working Group. Mark, it's good to speak to you.
Thank you. It's good to be here, David.
Thank you. Your background is in mechanical engineering, having studied aerospace engineering initially before making the move into biomedical. That's a really interesting path. How did you get to where you are today? And what was it that interested you about the biomedical side of things?
So some of the audience members may be too young to connect with this reference, but back when I was in grade school, there was a program on TV called The $6 Million Man.
Yes.
And it was about an astronaut, a test pilot that was injured in a plane crash. And he was treated with 2 bionic legs, a bionic arm, a bionic eye, and became a secret agent. And while my peers all wanted to be Steve Austin, this test pilot turned secret agent, I wanted to be Dr. Rudy Wells, the medical scientist that rebuilt him and was responsible for all the technology that went into his body.
Excellent. I mean, I'm more of a Fall Guy man. I think that was Lee Major's next role, if I remember rightly. But it's great to see the sort of seeds of your now career being planted so early on. I mean, it's a rapidly evolving area, and you were recently named a Medtronic Technical Fellow for your outstanding contributions. Mm-hmm. How have you seen modelling and simulation progress in the medical device industry and in healthcare in general over the past few years?
So that's actually been very exciting to see. So there have been changes all across the ecosystem for medical devices in healthcare. And what do I mean by that? I'm talking about the relationship between the vendors of the simulation tools, the medical device companies as the end users of those tools, and then the regulatory bodies, which are perhaps our customers for those simulation results. But seeing all of these different components of the ecosystem come together and really work together to advance the regulatory science around modeling and simulation, and creating those standards that have really paved the way for increased adoption and more confidence in the use and application of modeling. It's been really great to see. We're also seeing in healthcare and in the clinics, different clinical teams creating these modeling and simulation teams within the hospitals and applying these techniques to inform their practice of medicine. So that also is another exciting progression that we're seeing.
That's the thing. It's, standards are always important no matter what type of simulation you're doing, but particularly in these aspects, it's incredibly important. What particular aspects of biomedical simulation will you be speaking about during your keynote at the World Congress?
Yeah, so what I want to do is I intend to show some of these exciting applications, some of the ones that were really pivotal in exposing the FDA to what the medical device industry wanted to do, and kind of talking through the evolution in the standards and some of the exciting challenges and opportunities that lie ahead, not just for modeling and simulation, but for predictive analytics as a whole.
Look forward to it. I mean, how important are conferences like this to industry in general, do you think? So
hopefully I'm not an outlier in this perspective, but it is hugely important. So speaking as Mark and not for Medtronic though, I think that the easy problems have been solved. The ones that we can tackle in our silos, those easy problems have been addressed. And the exciting new developments are going to be at this interface between disciplines and at the interface between industries. So conferences like this I think are important for us to meet together with our counterparts and around this area where we all have common interest, and to be able to create those interactions that allow us to kind of envision the solutions to these problems, envision a brighter future for each of our areas of practice, and to get those right partnerships in place and up and running.
It's interesting because speaking to you and the other keynotes that are going to be speaking at the conference, that seems to be a very common theme. Everyone's speaking about that. Maybe it's, you know, the past 18 months with the lack of collaboration, but everyone's looking forward to actually, you know, if not being in a room, but being together and being able to speak about simulation like that and speak about what they're passionate about. From your perspective, I know that your big passions are in advancing human simulation and virtual patient technologies and digital evidence standards. Where is simulation heading in the biomedical world? You know, what's next? What's the next big thing?
So what's been really exciting to see is because this groundwork has been laid, and I attribute a lot of this to the pioneering work that was done by NASA and the aerospace industry. This groundwork of this risk-informed framework for the use of modeling and predictive analytics, that really has accelerated the use of modeling and simulation in medical devices and in healthcare. And what we're seeing now is as these devices become more complex, the algorithms inside it, the ecosystems around the devices themselves, the increased interconnectedness between the devices, I'm really excited about how this concept of the digital twin is going to get applied to medicine. And in kind of the healthcare language, we talk about personalized medicine. So I think that the convergence of these technologies is really putting that next stage in the evolution of personalized medicine. It's really bringing it into sharp focus and giving us something to aim for.
Yeah, I mean, you're part of several ASME committees, as well as, like we've mentioned, the NAFEMS Business Impact Working Group. How do you think that these boards and groups contribute to the advancement of techniques and standards for simulation in general?
That's an excellent question. So when I joined NAFEMS, I thought that the problems that we were experiencing in our industry were kind of unique to us. Participating in these committees has allowed me to rub shoulders with, interact with, connect with the thought leaders from these other industries in the domains of modeling and simulation that we're passionate about. And like hearing everyone's stories about how they wrestle with these challenges within their industries or within their companies, how they've been able to capitalize on the opportunities has been really insightful. And also, these committees are so instrumental in creating those artifacts that all of us can then use to become powerful agents of change, either within our companies or for our industry. That's where I see the biggest value.
Yeah, like you say, you're a member of NAFEMS. Medtronic have been members for a number of years now. Why do you think it's important for organizations like yours to be members of NAFEMS?
So I really see NAFEMS as this huge repository of information, and not just with the things that NAFEMS publish, but with what exists in the minds of the other members. So I know that at least the practitioners in my organization and in my company, we've been able to take advantage of the publications, those interactions, to really accelerate the work that we've been trying to do, and to leverage those resources to really drive engineering excellence in our company. And I mean, that's twofold for us, because it's about engineering high quality products, but it's having these products be in so many patients. So we're doubly appreciative of the resources that NAFEMS provides.
Yeah. It's been a pleasure to talk to you, Mark. It really has. We're really looking forward to your keynote at the World Congress, and look forward to hearing what you have to say then.
All right. Thank you, David. I'm looking forward to the opportunity.